Hello, welcome to my home. My name's Lisa, and this is my channel about cross stitch and quilting, decorating, crafting, anything that I seem to get into, I want to share with you. So, unfortunately, it's been a while since my last video. I just really hadn't been feeling very creative and was just kind of sitting around being a slug, but I decided that was really messing with my mental outlook, and so I decided to just stop being a slug. And so I forced myself to start stitching on Labor Day weekend. I had an extra day off. Well, it's my normal day off, but it was a holiday and I didn't think I was going to have it off. But anyway, I got some stitching done. It was I decided to work on something from Blackbird since it was the first weekend of the month. And so I guess we could just start there. I do have a few quilting things that I had done. I have some thrift store haul that I found. And I brought some previous finishes that I'm hoping to get worked into my decor sometime, maybe today. We had a furnace guy coming yesterday to give us an estimate on putting in a new furnace for us. And so, of course, I had to clean my house because, you know, if it's somebody who's been to my house before, I don't get too worked up. But when it's somebody who's never been there before, you know how it goes. You want it to be nice and clean. And so I got up in the morning yesterday and got all my housework done. So I have a clear slate today for Monday. And normally that's when I do my cleaning. So I have a whole day ahead of me, and hopefully I don't waste it. Okay, so anyway, so we'll start with what I worked on Labor Day weekend. So since Brenda and Laura had started working on a Blackbird Sal type deal every first weekend of the month, so this was something that seemed appealing to me to work on. Early Christmas Morning by Blackbird Design. And I had worked on this previously, and I had just done like the vine and I think the majority of the leaves on one side, but that's all I had done. And so I went ahead and got it out and started doing some more work. And this is what I came up with. So I'm using my own colors, which is something I often do. And of course they weren't in the bag, story of my life. And so I had to go rooting around and try to figure out what colors I had started with. But anyway, I'm really liking the way it's turning out. Really the only thing I have left to do is there's a bunch of red berries all throughout. And then I have to do 22 on the other side of the bow, which I think was meant to be an angel because it has like a little halo there. I don't know. I'm just using it as a bow, and so I'm not going to do the little halo. But anyway, it's hard to see. I do have a lot of this. I have all the snowflake doodads done, but my lighting in here is not the greatest, and so you probably will have a hard time seeing it. But anyway, I'm liking it. I don't plan on doing the stitching around the edge of the drum, mainly because I don't have any more of this fabric, and it was just a remnant piece. So, but anyway, this was fun. It was a good icebreaker kind of thing to where I was motivated. And so rather than going and just pulling something else out, I worked a couple evenings after work, and I decided instead of starting something else, I would just see if I could finish this. So I'm Like I have like maybe one more session and it'll be finished. I think what I'm going to do, I've never really done anything that has this many random berries that would just be, I like to travel. And so what I think I'm going to do is go down to the basement. I have some SF-101. And so I think I'm going to put that on the back of my work and then just see if I can just travel from berry to berry when I have that SF-101 on the back. And then maybe it wouldn't be such a production to try to stop and start my thread so many times. I also thought about maybe just doing little beads. So we'll see. I'm going to try the SF-101, and then I think I might just do like the French knots. I didn't read the instructions, so I don't know how they're telling us to do it, but okay, so that was that. I know in my last video I had talked about making some little blueberries to go in that little pouring bowl that I got at the thrift store. And so I did one morning. I think it was like 3 in the morning, and I was sitting around looking at what I could possibly do instead of sleep. And I found I had one really big circle hoop that was right in front of me, and I thought, well, let's see what size blueberry this would make. Well, it made a huge blueberry. And I thought, well, that was a waste of time. But I did kind of like the way I thought it did sort of resemble a blueberry, and I didn't use near strong enough thread, and so I couldn't pull it any tighter than that. And I thought, well, that was a waste of time. But then I went through my little thrift store finds for 25 cents, and I found this little thing, and so I think that just fits in there nice. So now I have another little pin cushion. So that was kind of fun. It was a dud. It wasn't near what I wanted, but it wasn't a waste of time. Okay. Now, before, because I think it's been like a month and a half since my last video. So before I started working on the Christmas one from Blackbird, I had done a little bit of work on some of my other whips. And so this is History of Sheep by Jardin Privé. And this is probably one of my oldest whips since I've come back into cross stitch. And it's probably hard to see. So this is where I am now. So, when I had left last time, or what I've done since the last time, I finished this sheep, and I filled in these sheep. I had the heads and the legs in, but I didn't have the sheep in. And then I worked my way down. I had already done the alphabet, but I did this, I finished this tree with all the leaves and whatnot and did this sheep. So really I am moving along. This is hard to show. This is the completed, all of this is completed pretty much except for a little motif there. I don't know exactly. Oh, it's a little house. So I have to pick what color I want to do. And so, of course, that's probably why I stopped. And then there's one more section that I have to do. Let me see if I can find the big... These charts came in 4 different charts. You had to buy 4 charts to get the whole complete pattern. And I have them all, it's just a matter of finding them in all of this mess. Okay, here we go. And so then this is the last pattern that I have to do. Another tree, some hives, some sheep, and I think the lady's spinning wool. So, and the funny thing is, I don't even really know where I'm going to put this in my house because it's pretty big, and I'm running out of wall space. So, but I like this one. I think it's pretty. So, thinking about maybe putting it in my bathroom because I have a lot of sheep in there. So, we'll see. So that's that one. And then I did a little bit of work on Miss Baxter's house. I was able to get the house completed. And so now I just have to, well, I guess the house isn't complete. I have to fill in my doors and the window panes, like the insides of the windows. I have the sashing done, but I don't have the inside. So I have to pick a color. And I think theirs is kind of a darker, like a dark black or a dark gray. And so, and this is Miss Baxter's House by Stacy Nash. I've shown this a zillion times. So, I love it though. I think it's so pretty, but it's another one where I don't know where I'll put it. I don't know why I got all these big whips and no wall space. Okay, so that was that one. And then I did a little bit on Milk and Cream Company, but I don't even think I'm going to get it out. I just did a couple more hills of the grass. And so that was my cross stitch segment. Not a lot to show for such a long period of time, but that's okay. I did bring out a few of my fall things to start decorating my house. And it's been slow going. I swear I do a little section, then I go and sit down. But I was able to do, or I did a little bit on my dog treat cabinet. And so I pulled this out. I haven't brought out any Halloween. So mainly I'm just trying to bring out like autumn type things. And so I had this on a display, and I think at the end I'll try to show you. I'll go on a little tour and see if I can film a few of the finished areas that I have done. So we'll see. Might be a future tour when I'm all finished, but this is a Sabrosa pattern. I want to say it's Harvest Blessings, but it's easy to find on her Etsy shop. So Sabrosa. And then I just put the L and the A on there. So pretty. And then I just finished it on a little metal tin plate that I got at the dollar store. And then just put a little bit of this trim that I got at the thrift store around the edge. And it's funny, a lot of these finishes that I did, I'm kind of wanting to redo. I'm more of a frame type person now, but I still like this one. But I have it right by the light that we turn on at night to help Marshall. And Larry knocks it over every night, and I hear him going, rah, 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 rah. So, we don't know. That might have to be moving here pretty soon. And then I brought out some of my punch needle pumpkins. And so, they're from an issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. And so... And that pretty much sums up. I did bring one of my pumpkins that I made. I'm not really sure exactly where this is going to make it into my decorating. but it'll be somewhere, I'm sure. And then once it gets to be Halloween, though, this isn't really autumn, it's more Halloween, but this will be switched out in my frame, and I've shown this a zillion times too, but it's one of my favorites. And then it has a Christmas one too. So anyway, so that pretty much sums up the cross stitch. I did a little bit of quilting. If you saw my last video, I was gifted a box of really fun fabric from Jeanette of Crafty Cottage Stitches. And so one morning, it's real often that I wake up around 3 o'clock on Sunday morning, and I mean, I could sleep more, but I could get up type of deal, you know. And so sometimes I will get up just to go to the sewing room and see if I can maybe accomplish something. And so that was one of the deals that I worked on this. It was supposed to be a completely different quilt, and I wasn't paying close enough attention to the directions. And so anyway, I just decided to make it into a little table runner type thing. And this is just the squares that were already cut out in the fabric that Jeanette gave me. So it was super quick. And so I'm hoping to get it quilted possibly today. I've been saying that for about, I don't know, a month and a half. But I do finally have my quilt machine table all cleared off. And so in theory, I could get a bunch done. I even went and found the batting in the basement. And so I might try to do that today. I'm thinking about making this be a little table, like a little mat to go under my sewing machine. Although my sewing machine has purple on it. I wish they wouldn't do that when they're designing sewing machines. I wish they would just do it all in a neutral color and then maybe sell you stickers or something that you could accessorize it with, but not pick a color, because like purple is just not my color. But anyway, I love my machine, so I'm not being petty about that. But I don't know, maybe that wouldn't look right underneath it. But I thought, well, that might be pretty to go under there, because I don't know where I'm going to put that either. I make all this stuff and I have no idea where to put it. So, anyway, I did bring out some of the things that I got at the thrift store. I had a fun day. Sure, it might have been about a month now. And what's terrible is it's all still in the bag. I swear the fun part is just buying it for me. And then sometimes I use it, and most of the time I just buy it. But I have such a great outlet for cheap fabric, and it's not cheap, it's just cheap to me. It's very nice fabric. Anyway, this is, and you can let me know in the comments below if it's something that you could have passed up or if it would have gone in your cart too. So this is 6 half-yard bundles. No, wait, a half-yard bundle. 6 pieces, 18 by 44. So what, that's like a fat quarter, right? And so it was $6. So part of me thinks I should buy this stuff and then just try to resell it and see if I could make a little money that way and maybe cut back a few hours at work. This is such pretty fabric. It's a Christmas line because this has got a lot of Christmas sayings on it. But anyway, yeah. So that was $6. And then I ended up using a 20% off coupon for my whole purchase. So it was really cheaper than that. There was another 6. Well, these seem... Yeah, considering the pile. So these are half yards. I mean, you couldn't even get one half yard piece for $6. And anyway, this is such a good deal. Now these are 6 fat quarter bundles. And so it was $3. And I mean, I'm pretty sure when I go to the the quilt store, one fat quarter is about $2 or $3. So, I mean, I have such, and I could come home with this stuff almost every day. I don't know. I think I might be missing out on a good opportunity. Let me know if you would be interested in purchasing any of this stuff. Like this is a Riley Blake jelly roll. It was my Mind's Eye Gingham Farm. Anyway, so I mean that's a Riley Blake fabric. Anyway, it was $10. Still in the package. I found this really cute pin cushion already finished for $3. And then I had a bundle of little 4 patches. There's 20 of them, I think it says. And they were $3. I found a real pretty fabric that kind of reminds me of Civil War fabric. I didn't look on there to see who the designer was. I can tell by the feel of it. It's nice stuff. It's a half yard for $1. So, I mean, I feel like I'm losing out. I should just go in there and see if I can start to resell things. And then I also found a little package of old needles. I thought it might be cute to start making some displays, like some stitchy displays for people. Like this little box was 50 cents. It has cork on the inside. But it's a real pretty blue. So part of me thinks, I mean, I'm missing out and that I should just really get off my butt and start, you know, making some things up. So, but that was fun. But then here I got all that fabric and there it sits. I haven't done anything with it. So I either need to get busy or start reselling stuff, I think. Because I have so much fun buying it. Buy it and then you guys could have fun buying it. Oh dear, I probably should reshoot this whole video because it's kind of goofy, but there it is. So this is the quilt that I had talked about in my last video that I put on the ladder. And it was a thrift store find for $5. And then over here I kind of have my little strawberry, my tomato display set up. And then I took the pillow sham and kind of laid it down because I didn't know what else to do with it. So I've kind of been changing things a little bit around. I got that really pretty topiary too at the thrift store that day. So yeah, my thrift store is addictive. I just have literally piles of things. So I've not let myself go since that day. I thought, no, you don't need anything else. But who knows? Today's wide open. I hope you guys are all having a good time. Hope you're creating things. Hope it's bringing you joy. Another thing I was curious about is dyeing floss. So I have had a couple people gift me DMC, like their their mom or whatever had passed away or whatever. And so they just had it and wondered if I was interested in it. And so I said, sure. But then when I got it, it was like super bright colors, like really bright yellows, really bright reds. But I seem to remember that Brenda Gervais lately had a pattern, and she had you tea-dye some floss to kind of tone down the colors. And so I'm kind of, I think I might try to look up that pattern and see if I can, see if it's something I'd want to stitch and I could purchase it, and find out how, or if you've done that and you want to shoot me a comment or message me on Instagram. I'm Lisa Abby 9137. I'd be curious to know like how you go about doing that, because I hate to just waste this floss. I think it would be kind of fun. I brought home a gallon of tea they were throwing away at work, and I thought, well, I could just try it, and if it doesn't turn out, I mean, I'm not really out anything, and I doubt that anybody is going to stitch with these bright colors. I mean, they are just like bright. Maybe a kids group would or something, but anyway. Well, I've missed sharing a video with y'all, and I've missed the texting and the comments back and forth. It's a wonderful community that we have. So I thought, well, Lisa, just get back on here, even if you don't have a whole lot of stuff to show. Just get back on the bandwagon and see if you can keep this momentum going. There are some friends from my channel, and Loretta and I signed up for StitchCon. You had to sign up, I think, last Wednesday. And so we're all kind of excited about that, hoping that we will get in. We signed up for Weekend B. And so if you signed up for StitchCon and you're waiting to hear also, I'd love to hear in the comments. And if you're going to Weekend B, maybe we could try to line up a meetup somehow and get to know each other in real life. That would be fun. So fingers crossed for October. Hopefully we'll get an invoice and we'll all get to go. So I think that pretty much sums it up. And I think since my lighting is really kind of hit or miss, I think I'll wait to do the tour, and I'll just wait till I have the rest of my house done. Maybe I'll just do the whole kit and caboodle all at once. So stay tuned. But anyway, have a great day, and thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you again soon. Fingers crossed. Bye.